Bristol, Tennessee this weekend. The Food City Dirt Race is Sunday, 3:30 p.m. Eastern on Fox. USA Radio News.
Hi, this is Wayne Alaroot for Freedom Health Alliance. Now more than ever, our immune systems are under attack as we face continued turmoil as a nation. Stress, anxiety, illness, masks, lockdowns, and of course this past presidential election, all of these are taking a toll on our mental, emotional, and physical health. Freedom Health Alliance offers incredible products, but before I brought their products to you, I had to experience them for myself. Since taking these products, my energy has increased, my brain fog is gone, I'm sleeping better, and I'm feeling better than I have in years. And of course, the main benefit is to strengthen your immune system. Freedom Health Alliance is offering my listeners an additional 20% off their already unbeatable low prices. Call Freedom Health Alliance toll-free at 888-910-0341. That's 888-910-0341. Just say Wayne Alaroot sent you to get 20% off. 888-910-0341. Or visit freedomhealthalliance.com and use promo code WAR to receive 20% off. That's freedomhealthalliance.com.
Auto repair with personal care. We know what we're talking about. Matt Gibbs and the guys over at Sunrise Automotive will treat you right. We'll treat you right.
Gibbs of Sunrise Auto, he is here.
And that was a ghost from way past away. Tom is out, and we ran that on purpose. He's going to be out for a little while. He's had back surgery. And Joe Martone here, I am subbing. And we got Matt Gibbs. Say something, see Matt, get your mic on. I don't know if I have your mic on. Talk to me.
Hello? Can anybody hear me?
Not yet. No, apparently not. No. Now try it.
Can you hear me now?
One more time.
Can you hear me one more time?
There you are. Now you're there.
All right.
See, I've got to find out where the buttons go to who and how. And you work on cars. I'll try to work on this thing. What do you think?
I'm going to watch you try to work on that thing.
Well, I got you on finally. And you're on YouTube and you're live on the air.
Yeah.
2 out of 2?
2 out of 2. We only got to do it for 27 more minutes.
And I didn't get you water. I'm sorry.
Where's Robin when you need her?
Yeah. Well, have you seen them? Let's see. Last time I seen them, they're Universal Studios. Yeah. It took me a while to figure out where they were because she was sitting on a Vesta. That's a Italian scooter.
Oh yeah.
And hello there. Yes, it'd be easier for me. Tom's shorter.
Tom stands too.
He stands too. Yeah.
He stands the whole day.
He says, "Well, him standing and me sitting about the same height." Pretty good. But she's sitting on a Vista. And I said, well, that looks like Italy. What did it go overseas? Then I looked closer, and the Vista had a pole in the middle of it. So it was anchored to you couldn't move it. It was for picture taking. But it was perfect because the way, of course, Universal Studios, it's the motel there. And it made it look like with the pond, with the little lake in the front, with the little gondolas in there and everything. Really like, oh, that looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
It took me a while to figure out where they were, though, but I did, yeah.
Yeah, they go all over.
Oh, yeah.
They do a lot of stuff together.
Well, and someone texted her, she said, I'll paraphrase, well, how do you like retirement? She says, we're making up for all the time we're in the studios.
Yeah.
Because, I've known her for going on 11 years now, but they've been with this company forever.
Yeah.
I seen some pictures when Larry was skinny.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in the studio.
Wow.
Yeah, that's Larry. That's Larry. Yeah, because see his face. No, excuse me, but he's getting more calmed down, and his hair's all cut nice and everything. Now, I wonder who's doing that. Yeah. So how you doing over there at your automotive?
Crazy.
Sunrise Automotive. Yeah.
Crazy. It's crazy.
Now, let me ask you, because we have the auto shows on the weekends and in the mornings and what have you. And matter of fact, it comes on just before I get here and on Sunday morning sometime. Ford, the F-150 hybrid.
Yeah.
Half electric and half gas now.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah. That electric going to give it any torque, or as soon as it needs torque, the gas kicks in?
I'm not sure how it's going to pull and whatnot, but I will say this: the GM and the Tahoe wasn't necessarily it wasn't a pickup truck, but the Tahoe.
Yeah.
They had the hybrid in that truck. I worked on several of those, and those trucks actually run out really nice. The thing that scares me is the cost of the batteries. So
Was it $3,000 every time?
oh no, $3,000 will get you half a battery.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Well, how long? Now, you have a what do you call it? Cycling.
So
right, of the
typically,
battery.
what we see is like even with the Toyotas and the GMs and what I see is that they typically last about 150,000 miles.
What?
About 150,000 miles.
Okay,
So-
that's not that bad, but that's like buying another car though every time.
Well, see, and so the ones that really benefit from these cars are the ones that buy them brand new.
Why is
Because
that?
because typically they're under warranty for 3 years, 36,000 miles, depending on 5 years, 50,000 miles, depending on 10 years, 100,000, but just depending on what kind of car you're buying. So if you buy the car new and you have it under the warranty,
Yeah.
and typically these folks probably are getting a new car every 2.5, 3 years.
Okay.
And so they always kind of stay. I have a friend. He's
Oh, good.
one friend, and he's like,
Sorry, I could. That was easy. That was
you
easy.
jumped all over on that.
That
one,
was
Joe.
easy. When you set him up, I'm going to go for it.
So he typically his car's always under warranty because he buys a new car every 2 years.
Huh.
So for him to have a hybrid car is not a big deal. It's not. He's never going to buy a battery for his car. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He's never going to put.
So he'll turn it in as a used car.
Right, and trade in. He'll trade it in and get another new car.
Now the person, well, when you trade it, you go through a retailer, an auto shop. I don't know.
A dealer.
A dealer. Thank you. I was looking for the word. I kept auto repair or personal care kept in my mind. I couldn't get off that track. They return it to a dealer.
Yeah.
Now that dealer takes it. Is there going to be some laws on the books to say, okay, I got this car back. It just came out of warranty. Do I have to replace the batteries, or can I sell it with a disclaimer? This battery's been in here since it's been new.
Well, then there would be disclaimers on everything on the car. So if you're buying a used car, it has the original water pump. It'll have the original fuel pump.
But that's with an engine. So you have an engine. Everybody knows you go by the engine by the mileage.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to get a car that's electric.
Okay.
And I'm going to have, let's say I traded in with 60,000 miles.
Okay.
Now, someone's going to come along and say, oh, 60,000 miles. That means I've got 60,000 miles used on that battery.
Uh-huh.
How many more? So they would go to the dealership and say, okay, I got 60,000. That means we're going to have another 60 maybe to go? Yeah.
It's kind of like I'm looking right now. We're in the studio. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's this light bar right here. There's 5 lights.
Oh, you maybe look up now.
I'm seeing the same thing you're seeing.
Dang you. Like a flashbulb in your face.
So
go ahead.
so the deal is,
Okay.
all right, you put all those bulbs in there at the same exact time.
Uh-huh. Which one's going to go out first?
Why don't they all shouldn't they all just go out at the same time? You turn them on at the same time. Shouldn't they go out at the same time?
They probably will because these are LEDs. Yeah.
Well,
But you never know.
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but with a battery, with a hybrid battery, and with a battery in your car, we are able to perform. We can do a performance test on these batteries.
And then is it also the cycling of a battery? The battery will last longer if you drain it as far as it could, then or not. I don't
know. It's kind of like I call that the baby rule. You have the baby rule. You have a baby today, and they'll say, make sure you keep the baby on the back. And then you have a baby next week, and make sure your baby always sleeps on the side. And then 2 weeks, I have 6 kids, so all 6 of my kids have slept in all kinds of different ways because the doctor says this is the way the baby sleeps.
That's what it said on the paper this year.
Yeah, exactly. That was the instructions when you get home.
Well, when you say that reminds me, I was in junior high school, science class, and her trick question, what's the best way to sleep? That was the question. And every time it just hit me, and so everybody went this way, that way. The answer was...
Put your eyes closed.
Oh. All letters go to Matt Gibbs at. No.
Try to sleep with your eyes open.
That's for the enemies. There was a man that did that once. Anyway. Sick individual. Anyway, the answer was the most comfortable way you feel. There was no set way.
Right.
So that was early 60s. So it was like, okay, that was then. Now it's like you say, on your side. And they say your left side that you sleep on is better for your heart.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, sure, okay. Then you say on your right side. Yeah. When I go to bed, I usually have a 30-second rule unless I have a real bad day and I got my brain's going a zillion miles an hour. I'm at 30-second rule. Head on pillow, 30 seconds. I'm gone. I am out, gone. Forget about it. No longer there. I'm going to have dreams.
Well, see, yeah, your car is much like that.
Yeah. So that's just with the I'm seeing more, as you have seen, more and more electric cars are coming up. I don't think they'll ever get away from gas because right now the most I ever see is 200 miles on an electric car, a decent electric car, And I'm going, okay. Now they've got a new thing out. It looks like a motorcycle. That choo-choo train just went by. Motorcycle on hemorrhoids. On hemorrhoids?
Yeah. Wow.
Man, you don't drive very far with that one.
That has no suspension, folks. There's no shocks on this one. Man, where is this show going?
I see my son's eyes rolling in the back of his head. What did he say
He's
wrong?
going to crash the plane right into the ground.
What did he? Sugar pops. Yeah. No. All right, let's rewind. It looks like a motorcycle on steroids. And fix that one.
No, you didn't.
Not too bad. Huh? Not too bad. All right. It looks like a motorcycle in a cage. That's what it looks like. It's round like an egg, but it's all open.
Yeah.
And seat parallel, one in the front, one in the back. And it's got a little luggage thing in the back. It can go up to 75 miles an hour.
Okay.
I'm going, huh? I'm looking at it's a three-wheeler. I'm looking at this thing. I'm going. Luckily, I can't fit in it. There's a height restriction, and then it was some inches or something. It was like 5'5" or 5'6". That's the max you get it. Small little thing, but it's supposed to be it's all electric. It's supposed to be for around and whatever. I'm going, and this is the newest thing out that I'm going to fit in.
Yeah.
But I've seen them out from China. They're coming in the U.S. I can't remember the name of it, but it's all. The whole thing's electric, but it's putting pressure on
Tesla.
Tesla. Thank you. See, when I went, you knew right away. Tesla scared the hell out of me.
I'm thinking if you can't fit in something, it ain't going to do much to Tesla.
That's right. Yeah. But this company is what got me was China is pushing Tesla because they're making it like for a quarter of the price, and I'm going. You close the door, it goes tink.
Yeah.
So the quality.
Well, I think that we see things. It's like you said that cars we can't go completely electric, but I think I'm watching the batteries. I'm watching that technology change. It's changing rapidly.
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
So the more that it changes, the more efficient it becomes. The longer it's going to go. But I think the way that we own vehicles is going to change.
What do you mean?
So in other words, you got a smartphone. I think everybody has a smartphone now.
Yeah.
And then it's going to be an app, and it's going to be. You're going somewhere. You need a car. I see it like this. This is like
we won't own a car anymore.
Right. Well, it's you're gonna pay an app. You're gonna pay for an app, and it's gonna supply this service. And this service is gonna be you push the button, and something's gonna appear in your driveway.
Oh, they have that for boats now.
Yeah, they do have it for boats. You can call. You can go. Hey, I'm going to Lake Weir.
Yeah.
And I need a boat at
10 o'clock in the morning.
10 o'clock in the morning.
It's there.
It's there.
And it's not it's a membership.
Right.
Yeah, I just seen that. Yeah.
And actually, I actually met the guy that owns the company that has
started that.
Because every 2 years they replace all the boats, and there's everything from a pontoon boat to a deck boat to a fishing boat. It's.
But you don't pay it's not an enormous fee. It's a recurring fee every month. Right. But they're making it because of the volume and because not everybody's going to come this weekend.
Right, exactly. I don't need a boat today, but I do need a boat Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday and Sunday is going to be their biggest. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, maybe. Yeah.
And so this is. I think we're going to see something change. We're going to see the industry is going to change. The people are going to change. They're going to conform. Everything's going to change. Yeah. And you know, at first I'm thinking, man, people hate change, and they're gonna fight change. But let me tell you what I learned in this whole epidemic thing, this pandemic thing, was that they came out and they said churches are closed. Okay.
Yeah.
Restaurants are closed. Okay. Everything just shut down. Okay. It was okay, and it was everything changed. Everything was this way that week.
And then
this week, a week later, everything is this way.
Oh yeah.
Everything changed.
What did Tom say last week? He says it happened at 3 o'clock. He remembers it was 3 o'clock at the golf course.
Yep.
All done.
On St. Patrick's Day, I think it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
It was. Everything was different. Everything's different.
Goodbye. Yeah. Now we're slowly going. I just got my shot Saturday, my second shot. So, and in 2 weeks I'll be immune to all this crap.
Thank you. So now you can't make me sick.
That's it, yeah. So I want to see I got to see the way someone walks. Hey, you need a mask. No, I don't. Here's my card.
Did they give you a card?
Oh yeah. I'm a card carrying. So it shows that you know, if you hey, we got a call. You want to answer the call?
Yeah, let's take a call.
All right, let's take a call. Let's see if I can do it. You're live with Matt. Talk to us.
Good morning, guys.
Hey.
Say, you're talking about electric cars. Now, all you hear on the radio and TV and everywhere else, in the very near future, everything's going to be electric. You drive around town here, every time I go out, I see a new filling station opening up. And I don't understand this. Are these filling stations going to be able to service the electric cars eventually? Is that how that's going to work out?
Matt, that's your answer.
Okay, so this is funny. Okay, so me and my wife were riding around the other day, and I'm like, here's another one of these Wawa's, racetrack, kangaroo, one of these stations. So these things are expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so and Ford, they're saying by 2035 we're done. Everything's going to be e-cars. Everything's going to be electronic. Volvo, I think by 2023 they're going to be all electric. Volvo, so we're definitely heading that way. So I did a little research, like the Wawas and the racetrack.
Thanks, you. You listen, okay?
And
thank you.
Thanks.
So these Wawas and racetracks, what they do, how do they pay all this money to build all this
infrastructure?
Buildings?
Yeah, sure.
So what they're doing is they're building these buildings, they're creating these stores, and then you as an investor, you can buy the property. And you're guaranteed an exit percentage on your money for the next 20 years. So that gives them the $4.5 million that they just spent on this thing to build one on the next corner. And to build one on the next corner.
Right.
So that's how that's working. So then my thinking is like, okay, so everything's going to go electric. All these poor souls that are investing in this land on these properties, they're going to be out of luck.
SOL.
But I believe that the infrastructure is already there. I believe that they're already setting it up to where they could take a gas pump out and put an electric pump in, kind of thing. So so I'm thinking is they're probably going to have. I don't think the gasoline is going to go away anytime soon.
Well, yeah, because if you're going on a long trip, cross country, what is going to happen to all that everything long trip? Unless they come up with something. I heard a guy from Japan, or a gentleman, has come up with a battery 5-minute recharge, the whole battery. Now I'm going,
Well, that's the technology we're looking at. So is that going to be feasible, or is it going to be you're going on that 200-mile trip, you're pulling into a facility, and you're just getting in another car and continuing your trip?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
However it's going to work, I can tell you, we as the people will conform to however it is.
What about all the RVs?
Well, the RVs is going to be definitely what tractor trailers are now going electric. They have an electric
tractor trailer.
They have an electric tractor trailer
with the torque and everything.
Yep. So
Wait a minute. So tractor trailers go 3,000 miles at a pop.
they're doing it. They're actually they have. I don't think they're going on those distances, but the technology's
So
there.
LTLs, all the local stuff.
Yeah. I mean, isn't that supposed to be happening with Amazon? You know, out at aren't there some of these vans?
Oh, the
aren't they going to
vans,
be?
but they're used day to day.
Exactly, but all day today.
All day today.
All day today.
Well, what do you think? Well, 100 miles in a day, all bipping and bopping.
I don't know. That would be an interesting. We could ask. What was his name? The other guy.
I don't know. You want me to open it? Okay.
No, Adam.
Oh yeah, he works for Amazon. Yeah.
Wonder how many miles he drives in a day.
Right, sure.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
But then they just dock it, plug it, and the next morning come and get it.
Well, and there's a place when I went back in 1999 when everybody was.
I remember that, yeah.
When everybody was worried about the planes falling out of the sky and all the computers crashing.
Yes.
Well, I did a bunch of generators to run on propane because I felt like people are buying the generators to prepare.
Yeah.
Propane is definitely the way to go because people go. I was afraid people were going to go buy hundreds of gallons of gas and blow themselves up. So,
I mean, like toilet paper.
So
In both ways.
So I got some generators, and I went down to this place called Motor Fuelers, and they helped me. They taught me how to convert. That's where I got certified in alternative fuels. And they had, and it was like in a Clearwater area, and there was a little town called Friendship, and they had a bus system, like a bus community system. They all ran on CNG, compressed natural gas.
Yeah.
So every day they had this huge field, and they had all these charging stations because it took 8 hours
Oh,
to
really?
fill them up with gas because
Wow.
it's high pressure. So it would take longer to fill these cars up with gas than it does to charge up the battery.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? But every night they all came in, they plugged it in, charged them up, and the next day they ran these buses on compressed natural
Is it
gas.
our school buses here in Ocala, or something is run by all the natural gas?
I think some of the school buses are. I think there's for federal assistance or probably some kind of federal money, you have to have X amount. If you have X amount of buses in your fleet.
Yeah, because I remember 'em building the fueling station for these things off of Americamp.
Yeah, yep.
It's the only one in town?
Yeah, I think there's only one because I know the guy that takes care of all that equipment. He's a former employee of mine,
Wow.
and so he goes. That's all he does is go to these filling stations.
Right.
He takes care of all the pumps and all the equipment that does all these vehicles.
That's something. Another wrinkle. So in other words, your shop now does normal vehicles, but you're going to have to start acclimating yourself little at a time. You're certified. Now you have to hire somebody that's certified to change all the hybrids, to work on the hybrids.
To work on the battery stuff. And actually, we've actually talked with a couple companies that are. My biggest hang up is the facility that you're required to have to do the batteries. So you have to have
storage and disposal.
No, where you actually work on the batteries, because you can actually rebuild these batteries packs.
Really?
Yeah, you can take them apart, and you have to wear these special gloves. And
that acid will kind of.
Well, it's not even the acid as much as is like the voltage and stuff. These are high voltage. It's not like 12 volts that you have in your car. These are 100,000 volts that are in your car.
Oh, so you go home looking like one of the Addams family with the hair.
Yeah. I don't want to be cousin it. You know what I'm saying? So it was like almost $100,000 to create the atmosphere in order to service the batteries, and it takes hours. And it's like if this battery goes through this process, and the next process is at 2:00 in the morning, somebody has to be there at 2:00 in the morning
to unplug and get ready
to make this battery go to the next process. And I just wasn't quite ready for that kind of commitment.
Well, no, and then once you finish fixing that battery, is it sellable as a rebuilt largely, but is it comparable to a new one?
It would probably be about 85% of a new one as far as longevity.
Yeah.
But it would be way cheaper than the new one. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So
sure,
you
sure.
got to look at the longevity / the price of new.
So, and then you got to say, okay, is Matt Gibbs going to be the first one on the cutting edge in this town to do that, or he's going to wait till somebody else sees it and see if it works, or is he going to get partners to implement to do that? That's a big decision.
Well, and it's pretty cool. You know, I've had this company for I've been in business for myself since 1992.
I told you were old.
I'd feel old, but so now so now we got some incredible news.
Oh.
Joey is going to start working in the business.
Really?
Yeah. So you know,
You needed somebody to learn on a computer. That's for damn sure. I know he's a whiz on that.
he needs to. He's really not that great on
I
computers.
thought he was.
As much as he is, he's an innovative thinker. He thinks outside the box. So me,
I like him anyway. I don't have a box, so I'm right with him.
yeah. So with him,
Okay.
he's like, Dad. He's like, where do you see the company 10 years from now? I'm like, dude, if I see the company tomorrow, that's a good day.
Hey, open both eyes. Thank you, Lord. Yes. Yes.
So you know, and he's seeing what's happening. He's seeing what's happening in the business world, in the business sense, in the way that the feeling is, the way his younger peers are talking, and he's seeing the transition.
Yeah.
And so it's going to take someone like him to say, okay, we need to start implementing this. We need to go this direction and
Because
start
this is
doing
what's
that.
coming up.
Because this is what's going to be. I'm just looking at it like,
Yeah, the younger brain is, I hate to say it, but they see where I'm over here. I'm still driving my car.
Exactly.
With gas. Now,
Yeah.
I've been saying, well, maybe I should get an electric car for local, and still have a gas car. Go visit the kids in North Carolina and everything, but have a car just for local, and put a wind turbine or solar in the yard and charge it.
yeah.
Because it's a double-edged blade. If you plug it in, you're going to pay higher electric prices, your electric bill. But if you get that to solar to convert it directly, again. But you can only charge it in the daytime with the solar. Otherwise, at night, you need batteries that are going to charge it.
And then the other thing is, if you have an electric car, you're not putting gas in it, so therefore you're not paying about that 55 cents a gallon tax.
Yeah.
So somewhere down the line, the government's going to get involved in it because you're not paying. If everybody starts driving electric cars,
well,
there's no more tax.
They're going to lose the tax on their fuel. That's for sure.
Yeah, and we know that's not going to happen long. They're going to make sure they get their money on.
Oh, just like when cigarettes used to be the thing, and all the taxes are on cigarettes.
Yeah.
Then it went down the tubes. Matt, tell everybody where you are and how to get a hold of you.
Get a hold of me at 1800 Northwest 10th Street or call me at 352-690-1993.
1993.
1993.
I dialed a different phone number. That's a different.
Yeah, that's the 5638 number.
I don't remember now. But yeah, it's on my phone. It's in my phone. I just help. See, I had you say that earlier because I don't want you going up against the brake and sounding like a machine gun. We've got about a minute left, so
Okay.
So that's why I roll. Sorry, Tom, I roll a little different there. But when I happen to look at the clock, oops. Matt, it's a pleasure seeing you.
Yes, sir.
We'll see
Yes,
you here
sir.
next week.
Next Tuesday at 10.
It's amazing. It's amazing. Your corporelia of knowledge.
Yeah.
Something like that. I mean, I can ask you a question. You'll always have an answer, or you'll get me one.
Yeah. Yep. There you go.
That's the whole thing that's very unique about us here. With you here.
Yes, sir.
We appreciate you, Mr. Matt Gibbs.
Thank you, sir.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM.
USA Radio News with Lance Pry.
The Biden administration